11th Science Chapter 4 Chemical Bonding and Molecular Structure Part 5 Bond Parameters.
How are you all? I am Madhusena, your chemistry teacher. In the previous video, we have discussed certain bond parameters. Let us continue it further. The next bond parameter is resonance. When a single Lewis electron dot structure is unable to explain all the facts about the molecule, then in such a situation, resonating structures, they come into existence. Resonating structures have no physical significance and in reality it does not exist. It is only the hybrid of all the intermediate structures which exist. The resonating structure arises due to the movement of lone pairs. Let us see some of the resonating structures. For example, you have to draw a resonating structure of carbonate ion. For this purpose, we have to first draw the electron dot structure of carbonate. Carbon is having 4 valence electrons, oxygen is having 6 valence electrons. Since it is gaining 2 electrons, minus 2, that means one electron is coming from outside. So the electron prefers to go near the atom which is having more electron gain enthalpy. Oxygen has more electron gain enthalpy compared to carbon. So the electrons are going near the oxygen. Now this oxygen is having 7 electrons and it wants one more to become stable. So it takes this one electron from carbon and becomes stable. Similarly, this oxygen is also having 7 and wants 1 from the carbon to become stable. So it takes 1 from the carbon and becomes stable. Since carbon is giving 1 for sharing to both oxygen, it can also take 1 from both the oxygen atoms. So now carbon is having 1, 2, 3, 4 of its own, 5, 6 electrons. It wants 2 more. Takes from this oxygen and becomes stable. This oxygen also needs 2 electrons, so takes from here and becomes stable. So we can put the electron dot structure like this. Oxygen having 2 lone pairs, double bond, carbon, single covalent bond, oxygen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 electrons. That means 3 pairs of lone pairs or 3 lone pairs or 3 pairs of non-bonding electrons, single bond, oxygen, again having 3 pairs of non-bonding electrons. Now this is the electron dot structure of CO3 minus 2 ion. Now if we can start from any direction. Suppose we move from here. Carbon at any time can form 4 bonds. So if one of the, you have to remember one rule. One bond breaks to form a pair of electrons and one pair of electron forms one bond. Now if this bond, this lone pair goes on to form a bond, then what is the ultimate effect? Any one of the bond has to break, and if the bond will break, then oxygen is going to become free and there will be no existence. So we can't start from this side. So you can start from any of the side. One of the lone pair goes on to form a bond. So immediately this bond can't break. If this will break, then oxygen will go. So this is going to break and form a lone pair. Resonating structures are always indicated by a double-headed arrow. So this oxygen having 2 pairs, non-bonding electron pairs. Now 2 more is formed when bond breaks. So oxygen develops a partial negative charge, minus delta. Or we can just put a negative sign. A negative sign is developed by the oxygen. Single bond, carbon. Double bond is formed here, oxygen, 4 electrons. Now since this oxygen is deficient of electron, it develops a positive charge. Single bond, oxygen, already having 6 electrons. So this is one of the resonating structure. Now again let us see the possibility. One of the electron pair from here can go on to form a double bond. So this can't break, otherwise this oxygen will become free. So this is going to break and form a lone pair. So we can draw another resonating structure. O, already here 6 electrons, negative sign is there. Now carbon, here double bond is being formed. O, 1, 2, 3 and 4 electrons. Since this oxygen is deficient, so develops a positive charge. Bond breaks, so single bond, oxygen, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more is formed because the bond is breaking. So automatically this positive sign will disappear. Now again we can start, right? From wherever you start, you have to reach there. So again a double-headed arrow, and then the lone pair from here can go on to form a double bond here, and here the double bond can break to go and form a lone pair. So we are again having the structure from where we started. Now the negative sign will disappear because the electron pair is moving away. Double bond, carbon, single bond, oxygen. 1, 2, 3, 4 were already there. 2 more formed. So the positive charge also disappears, and O. So these are the resonating structures of carbonate ion. So we can say when a single electron dot structure is not able to explain or not able to give all the facts about the compound, then the structures which are being depicted, they are known as resonating structures. They have no physical existence. We also call them as canonical structures. That means can be possible structures. Now let us move on to the next bond parameter, which is electron negativity. Now you know that electron negativity is the tendency of an atom to attract the shared pair of electron towards itself. On the basis of this electron negativity, we are having 2 types of molecules. The first type of molecule is known as polar molecule. Suppose A is forming a bond with B. Single covalent bond means 2 electrons. A is sharing this 2 electrons and B is sharing this. So when we see the area of intersection, A is forming single covalent bond with B. If B is more electron negative compared to A, then what will B do? B will try to pull this bonded pair towards itself, and it will result in the development of partial negative charge. And since the electron cloud is moving away from A, it will develop a partial positive charge. Now this thing distorts. So here the electron cloud is shifting towards B. So what will happen? We will have a distorted, disturbed electron cloud, because the electron cloud is shifting towards B. And such type of molecules in which charge separation takes place due to the presence of or due to the difference in electron negativity between the atoms is known as polar molecules. You can take the example of KCl, H2O, HCl, etc. Let us take another example of another type of molecule on the basis of difference in electron negativity. Non-polar molecule. Now when two atoms, they are forming a bond. Here A is forming a bond with A. Now there is no difference in electron negativity between these atoms. So none is interested in pulling this electron cloud towards itself. So here we are having symmetrical electron cloud. So this electron cloud is symmetrical here, right? And such type of molecules where charge separation do not take place, where there is no difference in electron negativity, such type of molecules are known as non-polar molecules. Now let us move on to the next bond parameter, that is dipole moment. Dipole moment is denoted by mu. Dipole moment mu is defined as the charge on either atom multiplied by the distance of separation between them. Distance of separation, let it be R. So basically dipole moment is nothing but it is the measure of electron negative difference between the atoms. So mu is the product of charge on either atom and the distance of separation of the bonded nuclei. Its unit is dpi, which is denoted by capital D. This dipole moment is indicated by an arrow where the tail of the arrow always points towards less electronegative atom and head towards more electronegative atom. For example, if a give reason is being asked that NF3 has less dipole moment compared to NH3, give reason. Now you know that NF3 and NH3 is having trigonal bipyramidal shape. F, this is NF3 and this is NH3. Now if we put the symbol, the sign of dipole moment from less electron negative to more electron negative, if you compare nitrogen and fluorine, nitrogen towards fluorine, so you can see all the dipoles, they are moving in the downward direction. So if you see the resultant dipole is pointing in the downward direction. If you compare nitrogen and hydrogen, nitrogen is more electron negative. So all the dipoles are pointing in the upward direction, and if we see the resultant dipole is pointing in upward direction. So by comparison, we can easily say that NF3 has less dipole moment as compared to NH3. Take another example. Even though BF3 is polar molecule, its dipole moment is 0. How you will explain this? The arrangement of BF3 is in an equilateral triangle. It is like an equilateral triangle. This is the arrangement of BF, where from less electronegative to more electronegative it is pointing. And what do you notice here? The resultant of any two dipole cancels the third dipole. So therefore mu is equal to 0.